Welcome back to East Coast ATV Salvage. Thank you all for tuning in. To be completely honest with you, I really did not want to be in the garage this evening. I had a long, busy day. Kids just got dropped off to their mother's house. It's like 7:30 p.m. I got work tomorrow morning. I got meals to prep. I got to finish my workout. But I really want to see this business take off. So here we are. We're gonna try to make something out of this time. Starting off with a pretty simple task, we're just going to pull the battery off of this bike. So I don't know if I've told you this before, but this is really the second bike I've actually salvaged in my lifetime. I am not mechanically inclined whatsoever. I know very little about how engines work. Most of these parts on this bike, I have no idea what they're called, but I do know that they're worth money on eBay and we're going to end up selling them. I just got to do a bit of research to see what they actually are. Pulling off a part here that I have no idea what it is. You can tell by the look on my face here. And this next part, we're going to cut a few zip ties and pull it off. And it is, once again, another part that I have no idea what it is, but I do know it's worth money. Now we're heading back to the storage compartment in the back. We find some hidden treasures in here. First up is a bottle of not iced tea. I would imagine this is coolant. And then we have a little baggie of some goodies in here. And a few tools and a spark plug. Not a bad find. Pulling off another part that I really don't know the proper name for. It's part of the air system. First realized my extension's actually getting in the way here. I gotta pull it off to properly get the bolt out. If any of you know the names of these parts I'm taking off, please drop a comment. Helps me from doing my search later. And this part is free. And making our way to the front of the bike. I messed around with a bunch of these wires, got them freed up for the most part. One thing I quickly came to realize with this bike is there's a lot more of an advanced electrical system than the last bike I had salvaged, which is a 1986 Yamaha 225. Not much electrical to that. And onto the radiator. A couple bolts on the top we're pulling out. And then silly me thinks that should be all I need to take this rad out. Obviously there's these two metal brackets on the front holding it in place, but at the time I did not realize that. And onto the obvious next step to remove those two metal brackets that are in my way. These brackets are actually quite stubborn to come out. This one comes out a little easier than the first one. I didn't actually record me pulling it out, but they were in there pretty darn good. I had to take the hammer to both of them to get them out. They were just full of mud and grime and everything else. They were just seized up and they're pretty good. Needed some vibrations to loosen up all the dirt. So we're gonna mess around with it. Obviously it's not coming out. Go to grab my hammer again and we will do some smashing. Onto the rad. So, silly me, didn't think there would be coolant leaking everywhere when I pulled the top rad hose off. For whatever reason in my head, it was only going to leak from the bottom rad hose. So I pulled the top rad hose off before actually getting the bucket ready to catch. And here I am scrambling looking for a bucket. And then on to the next step of getting that bottom rad hose off. This takes me some time. It was on there pretty darn good, to be honest with you. It was all corroded around the end of the hose, and the clamp was just really on there good. Gave me some grief. But we do eventually get it off, just takes some time. And as you can see, I did make a little bit of mess with the coolant still, but not too bad. And that is pretty well all I had time for this evening. So now that we got the rad off, it's pretty well just time for a quick tidy and into the house to get ready for work the next morning. I'll be at work the next few days. It'll probably be a couple days before I get around to posting some more content, but looking forward to getting back at this and tearing this bike apart some more, getting some more listings on the eBay, and hopefully start making a few dollars. Thank you all for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Please like, comment, subscribe. There will be more content coming soon.